we had a whole episode without Bushmaster, but we still had some Jamaicans.
I wanna fold clothes for you. I wanna make you feel good. Baby, I wanna do the right thing.
Hey y'all, it's producer and I'm coming at y'all with episode 5 of season 2 of Luke Cage, all sold out. And I think we know why why it's called that. So let's get right into it. Let's unpack it. So we left off, we start back up where we left off last episode. And Cockroach is suing him because, he like nearly beat him to death or something. And what I'm trying to figure out is y'all, sure, Luke sort of did like almost kill him, but like what happened to the domestic abuse? Apparently it's nothing because it's hearsay. There's really no proof, but that really sucks because he should be the one who brought the justice, not Luke. Luke didn't do anything. Y'all rude. And oh my goodness, this man was like, "I'll drop it if you give me $100,000." So that's the premise of this episode. Luke is trying to get $100,000 so we can drop this case. And then next scene, we cut to Mariah talking about family first and all these black women that have inspired the Family First initiative with Tilda. And then they talk about their family's dark history in which they sort of got the means to fund everything. But it really gets me thinking, the whole reason that Mariah met up with Matilda was so she can like look good for the press because she has a daughter. She looks really motherly. Well, she already did that. And she's still being nice. So, is she being genuine? That's my tea. Or not my tea. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And then we cut to Misty, who's actually got a robotic arm. Like, she says it's expensive. We don't know how much. Like, that was really quick. Like, I thought stuff like that, gets alluded upon in the beginning, then we find out, like, towards the later episode. This is not even halfway through the season, and she already got her arm. Okay, at least we can not hear moan about, "Oh, I don't have an arm, I'm just a stump. I can't do anything." I think this whole arm thing undercuts what Colleen was saying earlier, but whatever, makes Missy happy. And then, so Luke tries to like make a whole bunch of what's it called, calls, because he's like, "Oh, he's trying to figure out what she can do, right? Because he needs that money." And he just keeps being all picky with what he wants to do. Like, he was like, "No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that." And then some people, what is it? He tried to call some other people, and then they weren't having it because reasons, whatever. It's because like he's he's like a cheat device. Well, not a cheat device, but it's cheating because he was too strong. Makes sense. And then this other person was like, "Oh, getting your butt whooped, that's not good optics. We don't really care for you anymore." This other person wanted to fight a shark. So yeah, Luke was being picky. I would have been. Then Luke was almost like, "Oh, I'm not doing porn." I mean, he didn't talk about porn, but I'll tell you this right now: if you need the money, you just you're gonna have sex a lot in jail, so you might as well just do it with someone that you want consensually and get paid for it, so you don't have to do it a bunch of times for free and unconsensually in jail. So I don't know what you're talking about. And then we cut to Mariah, and not Mariah. Well, yeah, we cut to Mariah, and she's been interrogated by the police. They're like, "Oh, we don't know where Mark Higgins went. Where did he go?" And well, I'm sitting here like, "Oh shoot, did the merger went well? Why did y'all need him?" Well, actually, they don't. Mariah claims that she does not know anything about it until the suspicious, as she should, knowing her family's history. And then we cut to Harlem's Paradise, where homegirl Mariah is talking about her legacy and what she wants to leave, and she wants to leave this her dirty past behind her and built up, helping other people, helping up Harlem, and she wants that to be her legacy. But Shades is like, "Well, what about my legacy? I want to buy like a half of the ownings of Harlem's Paradise, because that's the thing that holds you down to this life. So I want it. I freaking called that. Just so you know, I called it as it was happening. Like, I feel like he was gonna like want to buy it. No, I didn't call it like I was before. Just so y'all know. Anyway, we cut to Missy trying to find out more information about everything. So she goes to the apartment, and he goes all rude on everything, and he's faking his injury, as we can see, because as soon as she walks in, he puts on this cast and he starts getting up so he can show that he's limping. But what I don't understand is why. Like, I mean, was your eye fake too? Like, we definitely saw you got beat up by Luke. I don't know what's the fake, but anyway, he gets rude with Misty and she leaves. But before we that scene ends, he was like, "Oh, you wanna let cops into the house now?" At his girlfriend. Time out. Like, I'm so sick of him. He's so annoying. And then next we find out that the lawyer, which is named Foggy, I don't know if we've ever talked about him before, but Foggy is this we got a lot of nicknames in this show. But Foggy is his Luke's lawyer. Lord, I can't speak. And he feels like, "Oh, I got a gig for you." He's like, "Oh my gosh, what is it?" This is one he was talking about before, and this is where he's going to Piranha. And I was surprised because Piranha is connected to Mariah, but I guess not in this way. Because it turns out Piranha's a huge fan of Luke Cage. And he offers Luke 150. Well, he doesn't offer Luke anything. He's just rich. So he's like, "What do you want?" And so Luke's like, $150,000. He's like, "Okay." And but before we go, we get a little glimpse in his history with his father. And that book, why should white guys have all the fun? Hilarious. He said that's life motto. And then before they go though, Luke was given a costume, but really it's just a hoodie. I thought it was gonna be something a bit more extra. It's just a hoodie that had holes. He probably found it somewhere after like Luke threw it away. And so next scene, we see Missy trying to figure out information about Scarf because she's really getting skeptical about how good of a cop Scarf was. And so she asks, no, she doesn't ask. Well, okay, so not the captain. What's his face? The chief. Oh, no, it's the captain. It is the captain. The chief is above them. The captain comes in, the crooked captain, and he comes in. And he's like, you're not supposed to mess with these cases. And I'm like, just stop being rude and dismissive. Because every time she asks for help, he's like, eh. But before I get upset, I realize he's with Comanche. So that's probably why he's not trying to be all open with it. Because he probably may spill more information than he should already know. So that's probably it. And then we cut to the actual party that Luke is getting paid $150,000. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to say. He's being paid $150,000 to just show up like a celebrity cameo at his party. And at this party, people are freaking wild. They are gold gum in his face, just taking pictures. All rude with the flash on. Like, it wasn't even that dark. Y'all don't even need flash. Oh, and it was just blinding him. And then I almost lost it. This one person, so he can get the throw of getting choked out, freaking hits a bottle up Luke's head. And then he's like, just... And everyone's liking him seeing it. Like, that was a weird scene. Like, that is disgusting. Disgusting. And then we cut to Misty and Drea, I think her name is. And they're talking about, like, how they can, like, pull in Cockroach for domestic abuse issues. But she, since she's known her husband for 15 years, and he's never really fully been convicted, like, lawfully, because Scarf doesn't count, she feels that if she comes out about domestic abuse, he's not going to get locked up. So she doesn't want to say anything. And this is, like, commentary in real life, because that's how a lot of real women in real life feel. Yikes. And then, Tilda's like, tell me, Mom. tell me the truth about everything, because she feels that she lied about the Mark Higgins thing. And she spilled the entire tea to Tilda, to Mariah, and Mariah was like, you asked for the truth. You did. Don't be upset that you found out your mom's still a criminal. In the next scene, we get like another recollection scene of Scarf and what's it called, Misty. Now in this memory, it kicks off with her trying to find information, and she finds this something alcoholic. I'm 17. I this is how you know I don't drink, because I can't. I think it's a Jack Daniels, but it was green. Anyway, some type of alcoholic drink, and they're drinking it together, and he pretty much makes a joke about he would plant evidence just so, because on guilty people to show that they're guilty, and she laughs it off, but this reminds her, this may be a real thing. And then so she goes into the office, well, not the office, but some room that he talked about earlier, and goes through some things, and she takes a bullet, probably trying to put evidence herself, but on who? Why am I saying on who? We know she's trying to do it to Cockroach. And she really was about to plant that evidence. But something happens, and we'll get back to that. Oh, actually, no, we won't. We'll tell you right now. So she tries to plant evidence, because she goes to the apartment and everything, and then she starts having second guesses. And then she sees a bunch of blood. And then she sees what happens. Cockroach got decapitated. Again. So obviously you think, oh, these must be Jamaicans because they decapitated Nigel. Well, remember when we were talking about where's Mark? And throughout the episode, they were talking about where's Ray Ray. I never brought that up because I don't even remember who Ray Ray is, but they were talking about who's Ray Ray. So, with the grand opening with her Family First initiative, Mariah cuts the tape open, opens up the doors, lights one end, and then 3 heads are on there of Cockroach, Mark Higgins, and it was just some croony that we don't even remember, and he's gone. Wow. If there was a kill count for this series, it'd be a lot of people. A lot of people for Luke Cage. And then the episode ends with like this sort of like climactic ending at the party, because almost while this happens at the party, Piranha is like, oh, who wants to play shoot the bulletproof guy? And I'm saying, like, this is so white. Why are we playing around shooting people? This is so white. Like, what? This is something you see on like Florida Man shoots his friend because he thought the safety was on. This is what this sounds like. But before we see it, well, actually no, he actually shoots it because he's like, oh, you want your 150, right? So I'm gonna look stupid in front of my friends. So he shoots it. Okay, and then it ricochets, and then I guess that scares the Jamaicans that were hiding around in the party, and they start going crazy, and they started shooting everyone. And I'm upset because I don't remember what happened last episode, but I don't know why they want Piranha, but they want Piranha. So they try and get him, but Luke stops them. He fights everyone. But what I don't understand is, why are y'all still shooting at Luke? Did y'all forget that he's bulletproof? But I'm guessing maybe to distract him because they took Piranha away. But while Luke was trying to get at Piranha, you know who else was helping Luke? Shades. Shades did say earlier to Mariah that he was going to be at this party, but I would not think that he would help Luke. That's interesting. That's very interesting. But yeah, Luke, he saves Piranha, but they're still on the run. But some weird, he says like, oh, you wanna hire me, huh? And he's like, yeah, you're like a hero for hire. He says something like that. And I was like, that's a hero for hire reference, which I heard Iron Fist is gonna be in this season, so I think it's super ironic that this has happened twice. One from Claire, one from Piranha. But yeah, the episode ends with that. People. I shouldn't say slowly losing, because last episode he lost Bobby, and then before he lost Claire. I shouldn't say lost like they're dead, but he's running out of people. He's becoming more of an independent person. And then it looks like he's sort of friends with this lawyer. And then the same thing is happening to Mariah because, you know, she's going down a downward spiral because with this thing happening, I can see Tilda leaving her. And that leaves her with just Shades, but she's been shady to Shades, so she probably doesn't want to talk to him. So the only person she really has is just Alex. It's very interesting how things are happening. But anyway, that's what I thought about this episode. It's very interesting. We didn't have Bushmaster, but he has some plans. For Piranha? For what? I don't know. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. And I will see y'all whenever.
You ain't talking money, it's something I don't care about. Black and money minded, they call me a low, let me out. Beyond cloud, I put a rest to the naysayer. I only know getting money, my only attack is